Alrighty, hello YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cryptic Coil, and in today's video, I just want to do another Christopher Pike and R.L. Stine book haul because what else is there for me to do on YouTube? All right, so let's actually knock something else out of the way first. The first thing that I want to show you guys is that I actually bought a Richie Tankersley Cusick book, and it's called Vampire. Okay, and I've never heard of this one, but I found it on eBay, and I love vampires. Before I die, I want to play in a vampire movie. Ideally, I would like to be Dracula. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm rebuilding a guitar, and the guitar has a paint job that is Dracula themed. But anyway, this one is called Vampire, and this is what the cover looks like. And that's actually a really cool cover. I really like the fact that Richie Tinker Lee Cusick's name is written in orange. I like the font. I like the fact that it's pink and it says vampire right here. And I like the fact that there's a beautiful young blonde haired woman looking scared behind a window, and there's this like scary looking hand gripping the bars on the window. I mean, that's a pretty cool cover. This book is actually in pretty good condition. It used to belong to a library of a high school library, and there's a little tiny piece of the corner taken off, and then this corner here is bent, but it's not the biggest deal in the world to me. Uh, the spine is relatively healthy. This book can endure a read by me and still be relatively intact. I would very much like to read this book. So let me read the tagline on the front and then the summary on the back, and then I'll move on. Okay, so the tagline on the front reads, "It's the kiss of death." And the summary on the back reads, "Someone is stalking her." It's Darcy Thomas's summer home, the dungeon of horrors, owned by Jake, the gorgeous green-eyed uncle she just met. That's awkward. But the gory fun turns to terror when real bodies are found with the mark of the vampire on their throats. When Darcy discovers a lipstick slashed note, "You are my chosen one." Chosen for death. By whom? Is it mysterious, evasive Jake? Or Elliot, his assistant, who hides behind dark glasses, always watching, never seen? Or Brandon with his blood red carnations and fatal charm? Or Kyle, is he the friend he pretends to be? Or is it Liz, who always got what she wanted until Darcy arrived? Who can she trust with her life? Can she unmask the vampire before it's too late? And some organization called Voya left a review on the back that reads, "Fast paced, diverting, and a can't put down read. Cusick's books are extremely popular." Okay. That does sound good though. That does sound good. So that's the first book that I want to talk about. All right. The second book that I want to talk about is I bought another copy of Scavenger Hunt, because one of the more popular videos on my channel was actually my Christopher Pike collection video, and that's actually, I mean, the views are far from the highest out of all the videos that I have on my channel. But most of the subscribers that I have today were a consequence of that video. And I mentioned that, so I had done a book haul when I went out of state to see some relatives, and I went to a half priced books while I was out there, and I picked up a copy of Scavenger Hunt, but that copy was falling apart. I bought a really good copy with a really healthy spine on eBay, and I'm very happy to have this. Another book, and this is the the last book from Christopher Pike that I want. He has some like science fiction slash fantasy books, like some The Secret of Ka or something like that. If you know, you know. I'm not really interested in those. I'm more interested in his horror stuff. And the last thing that I have, or that I needed and wanted, aside from the missing Spooksville books that I need for to complete my collection, but the last of his young adult and adult horror books, it was The Immortal. I've never owned a copy of this, and now I finally have one. And there's a little, you know, bend here in the corner, but to me, that's negligible. I can totally live with it. But that's a great looking cover. That looks very Greek, like, togas and whatnot. Let me read the tagline on the front, and then I'll read the summary on the back. The Immortal, the goddess, wanted a human body. And then I'll read the summary on back. Josie is on vacation in Greece with her father, his new girlfriend, and her best friend. While visiting the sacred island of Delos, she accidentally stumbles upon an ancient artifact, a tiny statue of a goddess. Immediately, Josie is enchanted by the statue, and she takes it with her when she leaves the island. Then the trouble starts. A guide takes her for a boat ride, and she is almost killed. Then the image of the goddess begins to haunt her dreams. The goddess wants something from Josie that she doesn't want to give. The immortal wants to be mortal. The goddess wants Josie's life. I dig it. I'm interested. Okay. Next, let's talk about. Okay, so Stephen King Night Shift. Now, when I was growing up, my father had a copy of this book, but it wasn't in paperback like I have. It was in hardback, and I'm pretty sure it was a first printing. He loaned it to my mother's stepsister, my aunt, and she never gave it back to my dad. She never gave it back to him. And I remember my dad telling my mom to get on it, and as he should have, because he wanted it back, and I don't blame him. But he was coaching my mom, as he should have, and he told my mom the appropriate way of asking for it back is to ask your and he didn't say stepsister, he said sister. Will you please ask your sister whether or not she's done with this book? That's the way to do it. And I've used that throughout my life, because it's a very diplomatic way of saying, hey, I want my stuff back. But he never got it back. And I haven't been able to find this book in hardback at any thrift stores, but I found it in paperback. So that's really cool. This book is actually an anthology of short stories written by Stephen King himself, so it's actually cool to have that in my collection now. Let's see what else. I did pick up some Spooksville books from eBay, and I did pay inflated prices. So I picked up book number 12, The Hidden Beast, and I also picked up book number 14, The Evil House. And I'm pretty sure I read this one when I was like in middle school. This one, The Evil House, I'm pretty sure I didn't ever read this one. There are 24 books in the stories, and I think I read at least 2/3 of this series. But this is one that I don't remember reading, but I do have it in my collection. And it saddens me that I may very well never complete this collection because I have all the books in the collection to where I'm willing to pay the price for. Like, all the books that I have in the Spooksville collection, I was totally willing to pay the price on those. And now it's getting ridiculous. Like, the ones that I want, just for a single paperwork that size, or a single paperback book like that size, cost over $100 in the series. And it's like, do I have $100 to spend right now? Yeah, I do. But you know what? I don't want to spend it on a little tiny paperback like this. As much as I love Christopher Pike, I want to spend it on guitar parts. I want to spend it on car parts. I want to spend it on clothes and shoes and lots of other things, not on nostalgic paperbacks from my childhood. I'm ridiculous. I'm over the top. I'm what Gen Z calls extra. I don't want to spend $100 on these books. I have a YouTube channel. It would behoove me to buy these books for $100 a pop, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. So moving on, I got when I was a kid, the then president George H. Bush, he actually said that, not gonna do it. And I just said it like, I'm presidential. Okay. So Cryptic Coil for President 2028. Okay. So I found this one. This is called Dangerous Girls by R.L. Stine. I have not read this one, have not heard of this one, but I was lucky to find it at a thrift store. And this one is called Dangerous Girls, and that's what the cover looks like. And the tagline on the front reads, "Beautiful but deadly." So I'm guessing this isn't fiction, because I've met plenty of girls like that in my day. But let's go ahead and read the summary on the back. You'll love them to death. Dig it. All right. Destiny Weller and her twin sister Livy return from their summer vacation with an overpowering thirst, an inhuman desire to drink blood. Have they turned into vampires? How will they keep their horrifying secret from their family and friends? And can they find a way to become human again before it's too late? There's an organization called SLJ, and they have a quote or a review that reads, "Stine's many fans will be satisfied." And then there's another one from Publishers Weekly that reads, "A fast and breezy vampire tale punctuated with a few nasty shocks." Look, I'm all about vampires. I really am. The sticker price on this was $5.99. I paid $2.99 for it at a thrift store, so I'm happy. And lastly, not lastly, okay, but as far as books like this go, I found this. Okay, I've never seen it, never heard of it, and I grew up a diehard R.L. Stine fan. I read Goosebumps. I read Fear Street. Even into my early adulthood. And then I'm one of those people that where my nostalgic interest was revitalized upon Netflix's Fear Street movies. But I found this at a thrift store. And it's an Apple paperback, which isn't shocking because that's who published Goosebumps. But I found this, and I don't even know what it is. To tell you the truth, I'm not really interested. But there's a mummy on the cover, and this one is called Horrors of the Haunted Museum. Maybe I'll get interested in it a little bit later, but this was actually really cool to find at a thrift store. And I think I paid like $179 for it or something. Okay, so now let's move on, people. Let's move on. Okay, so I have some news. I have a bit of a flex. I only needed one more book in my Fear Street Seniors collection, and I have it. This is book number 9, Spring Break. That's all I needed. For the last time, I'm gonna go through the entire series. I have book number 1, Let's Party. I have book number 2, In Too Deep. I have book number 3, The Thirst. And that is a cool cover. And I think it's about vampires, and I love it. I have book number 4, No Answer. I have book number 5, Last Chance. I have book number 6, The Gift. I have book number 7, Fight Team Fight. I have book number 8, Sweetheart Evil Heart. I have book number 9, Spring Break, baby. Yeah. I have book number 10, Wicked. I have book number 11, Prom Date. And I have book number 12, Graduation Day. I would just like to take this moment as an opportunity to pat myself on the back. That is a pat on the back, well deserved, because this was an expensive series, and I worked very hard to earn the money. And some people will think I'm crazy for spending as much money as I spent on the series. Bear in mind, I did find the best deals that I could find, and I'm also proud of myself for that. But, I really wanted these. I really did. You only get to live once, and, R.L. Stine was just a huge part of my childhood. And I am the man that I am today because I was once a boy who loved reading R.L. Stine. And here I am working really hard, and even if I never read these, I have them in my collection, and I'm proud of that. I don't know if you get it. You don't have to get it. I get it. And the last thing that I want to show you is I completed some other collections as well. Give me just a sec, and then I'll wrap this video up. Okay, I'm back. Now, within the Fear Street universe, there's another 3-part series called Fear Park. And as some of you know, I have book number 1, The First Scream. And then I have book number 3, The Last Scream. Now, I have book number 2 on the way. It hasn't gotten here yet by the time I made this video, but it's been like almost a whole month since I've made a video. And so I just didn't want to wait any longer to make a video. I just didn't want to do it. So I'm just letting you guys know that book number 2 is almost here. It's with the post office. Okay, and then there's another book called 99 Fear Street, the first horror. And then there's 99 Fear Street, the second horror. And I told you guys in the past that, because some of you might know that I'm a fan of Cobra Kai, the TV show. And to me, that looks like Robbie and Samantha on the cover. I misspoke and I said Robbie and Amanda. Amanda is Samantha's mom on that show. But yeah, they look like Robbie and Samantha to me. And so now I have pretty much everything from Fear Street, except for this series, A New Fear. I am missing quite a bit of books from this series. And now that I have my Fear Street Seniors collection completed, I feel some relief. Like I don't have that nagging on my what would you call it? That brain mechanism, not the ego, but the super ego or something. That's taken off my plate. That's weight lifted off my shoulders. I think the next thing that I'm going to be fixated and obsessed with is completing this collection. I have a handful of books from this series, but I don't have the whole collection. And if I'm being real with myself in front of you, the truth is that I do want the rest of that series. And who knows, in all likelihood, I'm probably going to have it eventually. One paycheck at a time, I'm sure. And that's perfectly fine. All right. Well, so let's recap. I mean, I got Scavenger Hunt. I got The Immortal. I got Richie Tankerley Q6 Vampire. I got Stephen King's Night Shift. I got this random thing from R.L. Stine that I never knew about when I was a kid. I got Dangerous Girls. I got these Spooksville books, and these might be the last two Spooksville books I ever acquire, unless I find them at thrift stores. I'm not paying $100 for one single Spooksville book. I'm not gonna do it. You know, I still need to complete this Fear Street Sagas series, but you know, I got my 99 Fear Street collection completed. Even though I don't have the third book in the series to show for it, I got my Fear Park series completed. Even though I don't got the last book in my possession to show for it just yet. But I just went through the entire Fear Street Seniors series on video. Okay, I have documentation that I actually own this. I own this. It's mine. I got it. I'm a little too proud of myself. I'll admit that. But I'm enthusiastic. So what? Sue me. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think about this book haul in the comment section below. Horns up. Peace out.